Hello friends, it's Allison dropping in to share with you some new inspiration for Scrapbook Nerd. Today I am creating a traveler's notebook layout. It's actually not going in a traveler's notebook, it is going inside one of my 6x8 story albums. But I had a space in my album that was traveler's notebook size that needed to be filled, and so that's what I'm working on today. The background that I'm working on right now, the base of my layout, I actually created with my Cricut only because the pattern paper that I wanted to use, by the way, the collection that I'm playing with today is Vicki Boutin Sugar Rush. The pattern paper that was attached to the stripy paper to the left hand of the screen that I'm just working with right now had a grid pattern on it, but it would not fit onto the base of my layout after I trimmed out those stripes. So to get around that, I created my own grid pattern using the draw function on my Cricut, and then I layered all the Vicki Boutin goodness on top of it. So right now I'm just trimming off all the bits of paper that were hanging off the edge of my layout. I trimmed out some of the florals from one of the other pattern papers in the collection. I'm using the 6x8 paper pad. As you know, I am a mini scrapbooker, and so 6x8 works for me. This collection is available in the traditional 12x12 size as well. I will leave links in the description box down below so that you can find this collection in the shop at Scrapbook Nerd. But that's what I'm using. They got layered together, the floral pattern paper with the stripy pattern paper. And then at the top of my layout, I'm going to be adding this washi tape that I pulled out of the little baggie. I'm trimming it down, and then I think I pull the layout down a little bit so you can see a bit better what I'm doing. So I used a little bit of ATG to just ensure that that washi tape stays put. I noticed that when I took it off the roll, it didn't feel as tacky or as sticky as some others do. So just for peace of mind, I used some adhesive to make sure it stays put and doesn't fall off in the future. Trim off the excess of that, and then I pulled out the chipboard stickers, and I'm going to add some of those to the very top of the page. So I thought that I would add some of the chipboard stickers that had like phrases and sayings on them at the very top of the page. That's actually in a way going to function as my title. So the one that I'm adhering to the top of the page right now says something along the lines of life is so much better when you're laughing. Something along those lines anyways. I can't remember exactly what it says. I'm going to place it over top of the washi tape with a little bit of liquid glue just as added insurance to be sure nothing falls off. I pull off another phrase from the other side of the chipboard sticker sheet, and then there's this super cute little half circle that's tiny that has gold foil heart in the center that's going to go on the bottom of this little cluster that I'm creating at the top of the page. All these pieces will be adhered with liquid glue to be sure that they don't fall off. You can see that I added my journaling already as well. I used my computer to type it out and then print it. I was actually working on that at the very beginning of the video. So I print it twice, essentially. First time just on regular printer paper, put the piece of paper that I'm going to use for my layout over top of it, and then print it again. I have a little photo that I'm putting at the bottom of this page. It is 2x2 inches, printed it at 2x2, and then obviously trimmed off the excess. And then I'm going to add a couple more chipboard stickers to the photo as well. And the stickers say, one says memory and then the other one says captured. So it kind of reads as memory captured. And that's what I had in my brain anyways when I was putting this layout together. And I think with that, this layout is pretty well done. I'm going to add the date yet. I'm going to use some Distress Oxide ink to get the date stamped. I do hole punch the left-hand side of this page as well, I think before the video is complete. I thought about adding a chipboard flower here to the side of these little pennants, but it was quite big and decided against it because of its size. I'm just adding a little bit of extra glue to some of the florals so that they don't get caught on anything in the future. This layout is not going inside a page protector. It's going directly in my album as it is, and it's going to be adhered to the back side of another layout that's already in my album. It just didn't have the back side of it covered. So here's the date, my date stamp. I'm going to be adding the date right now. I'm using Uncharted Mariner to stamp the date, and it's going to go just below the journaling in the end. I'm just testing it out right now on this is the layout that what I'm working on is going to be adhered to. In the end, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to take the plunge and do it. And then I decided at the last minute, I didn't want the little phrase and the date that is on my roller date stamp stamped because I thought it would be too long. So cleaned it off and then just stuck with the date. And there it is. That's perfect. I'm going to be adding my holes right about now and then attaching it. First of all, I will attach it to the layout base. Get it straight, Allie. And then I'll be adding the holes afterwards. And with that, this layout is complete. I hope my layout inspired you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and a like. And like I said, if you are looking for this collection and want it in your own stash, I will leave the link to the Scrapbook Nerd shop down in the description box below. Have a fantastic week, friends, and I will be back again soon with more creative inspiration. Bye.